Hello everybody and welcome to a new series on boss tutorials. This one is on a game that is new to me called Kerbal Space Program. It's a very fun game. It's still in alpha, version 0.2.0 as you can see. And I wanted to do this because I first heard of it through Node. If you guys watch Freddy W, you should watch Node, his gaming channel. Really awesome. And another YouTuber, Kurt J. Mack. If you haven't heard of him, check him out. He's also cool. It looked like a very interesting game, so I got it and started playing with it, and it is very fun and addictive. So I've been learning as I go, and today I'm going to try to help you guys out with something. As you see, my graphics settings, I set them pretty low so that I get minimal lag. Okay. Okay, so today I'm going to try to teach you guys how to get into orbit. I'm just going to resume. This is my saved game. Okay, so this is your space center thing. This is the main area where you make your ships. Right here you have the space plane hangar, where you make space planes, obviously, so we're just going to go into here. I don't know too much about space planes. They're pretty difficult, but I might do a tutorial later if I figure out some more stuff on them. But yeah, I'm not great at them. So if we leave here, this is your main vehicle assembly building, where you're going to be making your, mostly, you're going to be making your spaceships in here. Right here you have your flag. Where you can choose your flag, so if you land somewhere on the planet or you go to a different planet or moon, you can put your custom flag on that planet or moon. So right here is your tracking station. This is cool. If you have things that are still in orbit of something or landed somewhere in space, you can just watch them, fly them, and manage them all in here. So that's pretty cool. So we are going to go into our vehicle assembly building and load a spaceship that I have already made. This is the Frontier 5.5. I chose this spaceship because I've been successful with it in the past. I actually landed on the moon with it, so I was pretty proud of building it. I was very proud. That it has three main stages. The big bottom one to get it off the ground, the second one to keep it going in space and to really finish the orbit and land. It has to land. It has the landing gear on it. And then my very top one is just for getting off of the moon. It's just got a very little engine, or navigating through space, because there's no gravity, so it's very easy to navigate places. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this out to the launch pad. Okay. So this is the launch pad. We are going to press T to turn press T to turn on SAS, and then throttle up. Hold Shift to throttle up to about where I am right there. 66% is what that is. So yeah, but we want to go up to 66 because these big engines attached to the orange things, they overheat pretty easily. So we're just going to press spacebar to hold on. So that I have the staging set up so that these supports release at the same time that the bottom engines go off. So we're going to press spacebar to release. There it goes. Okay. So we want to keep, the reason we turn on SAS is it keeps the ship centered, so that it doesn't tilt or rotate in any way. So we're looking pretty good. We want to do our what's called a gravity turn. Once we get into the next stage of the atmosphere, we want to turn right at about 20 something degrees to the right. As you see, we have overheat there in the bottom left corner, so we just want to watch that. It's not going too fast, so we don't really have to worry about it. So we're going up at a pretty good speed. Once we get to this stage, as I said, of the atmosphere, then we can rotate the or not rotate, but tilt the ship over. You can fast forward up here using these arrows. The problem with that is called a physics warp, and it kind of messes up the physics sometimes, I find. This is why I really don't mess with that too much. So I press spacebar. Those engines were out, those solid fuel rockets, so I can press spacebar to release them. And we're still going up. So our next stage, as you can see the staging at the left side of the screen, our next stage is stage 4, and when I go to that next stage, it starts up the next rocket, and then the stage after that releases the big orange cans on the outside. So we're going to do our tilt there, tilt to the right, and turn on our SAS again. So we're right about at 45, just before 45. Down there is 90. Oh, our engine's just shut off. So we can release. Well, yeah, spacebar starts the next engine, and then spacebar again. Whoo, that was close. Releases those ones. So we're still going up good. We want to stay right in this orange circle, or yellow circle, I mean, that you can see in the little ball, whatever that thing is. That is called the prograde, and that just means the direction which we are heading, right toward the sun. That's scary. Okay, so you can see at the top we're in the darker parts of the atmosphere. This is just our map. So you can come out and look at the map. You can see your trajectory or your orbit. So right now we're just going up, and we get right to the center, the highest part there. That's called the Apoapsis, and that just means the highest point in our orbit. We want to get our orbit all the way around Kerbal. So we want to just keep extending our orbit until we can get all the way around. We're going to angle ourselves more over so we can just stay in our prograde, which is the direction that we're going. I think I said that already. Yeah. So you can see our orbit is extending as we go. Once we get to the Apoapsis, from there, that's when we start going down, because that is our highest point. So you see right now it's at about 115, 117, 18, 19, 120,000 meters. And it's still going up, which is a good sign. We don't want it to go up too much, because the thing we were initially afraid of is, the reason we did that first tilt is so that we don't get like a straight up and down orbit. So that engine ran out, so we have to release that. I'm just going to angle myself more toward the prograde. SAS on, RCS off. And press spacebar. As you see, spacebar will release that and start the next engine. So there we go. Okay. So we're just pretty much now, we just got to get to the Apoapsis, because once we get there, then we can burn prograde again, and that will extend our orbit, and it will hopefully get us all the way around the planet. So we're just at 200,000 meters. We're gonna tilt. Whoa! We're gonna tilt right there. The reason you don't want to go any higher up here or lower down there on the ball, you want to stay on that line, is because if you go higher or lower, you often, always the axis tilts, or the orbit tilts in a diagonal. So that's not what we want. We want to stay horizontal so that we can meet our orbit with the moon or a different planet. Okay, so that engine ran. Oh no, I cut that engine. We're just gonna wait until we get up to the Apoapsis here, and then we're gonna burn at the Apoapsis. And the reason we do that is so that we can extend the Periapsis, which is the other side of the orbit. So we're gonna fast forward here. You don't want to miss it. You want to stop just before it, because if you miss it, then you're in trouble, because then you're on a downward trajectory toward the Earth. We're gonna quickly do our turn here toward prograde. Stop. Okay. And we're gonna burn here. So this should start to extend our orbit pretty fast. we want to go up all the way actually, just so that we don't miss the Apoapsis. We don't go past it. So you'll see now we're pretty rapidly extending our orbit. Right there, that you can see it. It's going pretty fast. But our Apoapsis is staying about the same because we're just moving horizontal. Okay, we're still moving. Okay, we just want to get all the way around. We're almost there. And there. Okay, so now we have a Periapsis, which just means it's the opposite of the Apoapsis. That's our lowest point in the orbit. It's at, wow, that's going fast, 200,000 now. And cut the engine. Yeah, there we go. So we wanted to get them at about the same so that we have a circular orbit. So this one is at 263,000, and this one's at 260,000. So we're pretty even. I think the next thing that we want to do is just extend the orbit so that it's larger, and that'll allow us to fast forward faster, because when you're really close to an orbit you can't fast forward as fast. So we're just going to extend here, push out the Apoapsis that way. So that's becoming larger. That's about 300,000 meters. Throttle up a bit more. Okay, so we don't want to intersect the other orbit, so we're just going to stop it here. There we go. Fast forward till we get over to the Apoapsis. And that's good. Right there. Okay. Now we want to move back over to the prograde. Whoa, 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 whoa. There. Okay, now burn that way. You don't have to get circular orbit. I just like it because then we stay at about the same speed all the way around, and it looks pretty. It looks like we have rings around our planet. Okay, they're pretty far off still, so I'm just gonna extend a little bit more, try to get them more even. And stop. Okay, that's good. 401 to 403. Wow, that's perfect. Well, not perfect. We're 3,000 off or 2,000 off, but still pretty good. So yeah, that's our orbit, our circular orbit. Next, we can extend the orbit to get to the moon, or to get to Minmus out here, or even if we want to extend it even further, we can get up here to Duna, or any other planet in this solar system. It gets harder to get to the other planets because they have different challenges. Like the outside one you can see there, it's tilted, so you have to tilt your axis, which is difficult. And some of them have higher gravity and some have lower gravity than others. So you really have to adjust the way you fly to land on each planet. So yeah, I think that is going to be it for this episode. We got into a good orbit. Next episode, I will be looking in the description for any comments and suggestions. If you need help with anything in this game, just let me know. And I will try my very best to help you out. If there are no suggestions, then I might just be going to the moon next time. But we'll see. The moon would be a cool idea. So would Minmus. I have landed on Minmus once. But yeah, if you like the video, please like the video. If you like the game, I would definitely suggest you to get it. Go to KerbalSpaceProgram.com, I believe it is. And you can buy the game in alpha, and if you pay to buy the game now, I believe it's also in Steam, I'm not sure, but if you pay to buy the game now, then all updates in the future will be free for you. So when the game comes out in full, you'll be able to get it free. So thanks for watching, guys. Comment, rate, subscribe. See you later.